Hello, welcome back to Final Fantasy VIII Remastered commentary playthrough. We're about to enter the White Seed ship, which you can find right exactly where I'm at. I'm staring right at it. So before all these events, hopefully you watched the last episode and you went and talked to Adia and got her letter before you approach this thing, otherwise they will not let you on board. Materials that you're going to need, let's just go in real quick. So these guys are skeptical as to the little story we told them there. And way back at Disc 1, I had said that you needed to pick up a certain item, the Girl Next Door magazine. This was located back in the Timber Maniacs headquarters, back in Timber. So you just had to examine a pile of books that was in front of the receptionist there, and you would have picked it up. This is where it's finally going to be used in order to gain us the Shiva card. Now, if you didn't pick it up, it doesn't matter. As long as you do the CC Club side quest, you're still going to be able to get the Shiva card and every other card in the game for that matter. But this is just a thing, that they kind of hid here. So the Girl Next Door magazine actually will serve its purpose finally. So some returning characters from the first disc as well, Zone and Watts. Probably remember them from the Timber Resistance stuff when we met Renoa. So before you continue on and talk to the leader of the White Seeds here, you want to come upstairs, and there will be a Timber Maniac magazine on the ground here. So if you're following this guide specifically, this will be the 10th magazine that we will pick up. There's 12 total in the game. So if you're following a different guide or you've been picking them up as you've seen them because of your explorations, this will actually be the final Timber Maniac magazine, and then your trophy should pop. If it's not, though, it's because I told you not to grab the Shumi Village ones that were inside of the inn and inside of the artisan's house. So those two, we will recover those when we actually go back to Shumi Village. Now that the dream sequence with Laguna is over and we had Ward join our party against the Ruby Dragon. So go ahead and just pick this thing up. And then talk to Zone 3 different times. And he's going to make a mention of this magazine. Give this thing to him for free is the best option because he's going to give you the Shiva card. Don't really know what the other options are because, asking for money is just, whatever. Okay, with that all done, you can check out the Shiva card. Honestly, really not that great a card to use in any kind of card battle. Very weak. Some boss cards are actually better than her, which is terrible. So, And to get it this late too, without a single A on it, is just terrible. But she'll refine into some like north winds or whatever, 100 north winds. Yeah, and it's just not worth it. I mean, you can pick those up from the glacial eyes that you find on Balam alone, so that's really it for that. Now, what you want to do is actually, you can talk to Watts here for more information about stuff, because that's what he does, but just go down the stairs and we'll talk to this dude. This drop point has the holy magic. It's the first time we've actually seen it. Holy is like an endgame spell as well that will junction really well into some of the stats here. So we are going to start seeing a lot of change in magics, which I've already kind of done. I rearranged a bunch of my stuff because we are at this point in the game now where it's actually going to be more beneficial for our party members to gain status defenses and status attacks, because those are going to be more prominently used on our party as we progress through here. So I have Questus with Pain, because you want like a bunch of different coverages as far as like inflicting status ailments. Pain is really good because it does 3 different status effects, with bio. So basically poisoning, silencing, and blinding an enemy all in one shot. So if they're weak to any of those, then they'll take that status effect. And then I still have Squall on Drain for now, but if you want to, you can put Death in his status attack and you will just eliminate enemies really quickly. But we have no need to do that right now because I'm actually not trying to gain any more levels than I have for now. And right now I have Cerberus learning status attack junction, which he doesn't come with initially. You actually have to start learning a bunch of his junctions, and this is like one of his hidden junction abilities, so make sure that you're learning the good stuff in order to open this thing up. He gets it relatively early, so now with party members starting to learn this kind of stuff, it's going to help us out tremendously. And once Irvine has his status of ailment, if you have Zombie, I would probably put Zombie on one of your characters. And if an enemy is weak to Zombie and turns into it, you'll notice that Zombie takes a hit when enemies turn green. Once an enemy is in Zombie mode, you could use Squall's recover ability on it, and it will give it instant life, which will end up killing it. So it's a nice little thing, especially when you start fighting the higher level enemies. Just kind of a easier way to take them out than trying to drain all of their health and stuff like that. So finally, Squall's making the decision to head over to Esthar, a place that's been mentioned many times throughout this game, but we have not been able to set foot on this continent because it is blocked from pretty much the rest of the world. Right now, this is probably going to be the most side quest and centric part of the game. without advancing any further towards there. I kind of want to take care of just a few things though that I know that I usually forget about, because when I leave the garden and I gain the new ability to kind of get around the world, I literally leave garden and just don't ever remember it anymore. So I'm gonna go ahead and handle some of these things right now so that we can have it instead of trying to go back and look for this stuff. Alright, so the first order of business is we want to go and get the Combat King number 3 for Zell. And you can do this by the pigtail girl that we've been seeing throughout the game. She has a crush on Zell, so this is how this all factors into it. So if you brought Zell with you when Balam Garden was in chaos mode over the Garden Master and everything that was happening there, then she would have awarded you a Mega Phoenix instead of a remedy. So this only helps progress this little hidden, I guess, side quest in a way. So what you want to do is you'll head down the stairs, the elevator, and then you want to go to the library. So she's in there. Now, I don't really like her quest because sometimes she's there and then she's not here sometimes. But she's not supposed to be here, so... Well, this could be a giant waste of time, or something happened here, because the girl with the pigtail's not supposed to be there. We'll take Zell along. But essentially, this is just a free way to get the Combat King 3. You do not have to do this to get one, because we'll be able to get it actually pretty soon, to be honest. As soon as we go to Esthar, the game changes completely as far as what you're able to buy and stuff like that. It's irritating. I wish they could dock the garden, you know? All these little side towns that have docks and all sorts of stuff, and they don't even use them. Hey Zell, do you know the girl? She came back. Okay, see, so this is what I don't understand about this quest. When you go to the library, the girl is not supposed to be in the library. Now I'm not sure if it's because I did it like in the middle of the ocean or whatever the case might be. But as long as this NPC shows up and you have Zell on your party when you go into Balam and she says this, then you're good to go and conduct this quest even more. So now you want to go back to Zell's house. I'll make a comment. And then what you want to do here, this is very obscure because you're not even told how to do any of this. You'll come over here to the receptionist and go ahead and just buy a room. If you see that question mark, then you'll know that you're good to go. And Zell's going to be missing. So feel free to fill in the blanks there. Awesome. All right. So a little obscure quest there, but you know the reason why I had you bring Zell with you in Disc 2 when the garden was under siege was just for the purpose of getting a free Combat King 3, because these things can be very expensive to buy too. And it's a very good ability actually. So if you're able to pull this off, I mean you're going to be hitting in the 9s pretty easily. Not everything though can be inflicted with this damage, so you know especially bosses. For some reason they're just immune to it. I don't know what kind of damage it does, but yeah, they just resist it too much. But if you're able to pull it off, do it. It's a pretty cool move to watch. Everything is filling out very nicely right now. Then actually, since I'm here, why not look at the weapon shop, right? Yep, so you see that we are getting very, very close to the ending of, you know, what their weapon should be. And really, honestly, it is up to you how you want to do this. Let's see, Inferno. That's not too bad an upgrade for her. Don't need a gift though. I personally just go with the easier upgrade stuff though. Any items that you don't see commonly, I would probably hold off on that until you actually like look up a guide or something as far as what you want to do. And we don't even have the best monthly issue yet for our weapons, so I'm definitely trying to hold off until we get those better ones, because we junctioned so well, and you know we're at decent levels right now. The game hasn't been extremely hard, so taking a detour here to Shumi so we can draw from the ultimate draw point again, because remember the good habit I'm trying to teach is go to a town and go to Shumi and draw from this ultimate draw point. Squall should be looking really, really good right now with it. Yep. And Ultima will pretty much outdo anything at this point, especially in the 80s. Don't think it doesn't junction well to speed, which kind of makes sense because it's not a speed-like magic. So then ensure that you are coming back down here if you skip this and grab those Timber Maniac magazines that we skipped. So one will be on the bed here. And then take a rest over at the inn, which is located through this door. Oh, see, no, my count must have been off. So I believe that the the magazine that I had us grab at the ship was number 11. I have to look back at the videos. I'm pretty sure it is 11. And this one that we just grabbed was 12. Yeah, because there should only be one magazine per area. So anyway, nice little sequence there. I think I was thinking about the light Moomba thing going off. But once you grab that magazine from the artisan's house, then you will have your 12, and then your trophy should pop, if you decided to skip it. If not, look up a guide, see what you missed, and if I made a mistake, I'll annotate, but I'm pretty sure I didn't, so... you should be good to go. Now, where you go from here is subjective, so it depends on if you like side questing. Okay, let's see. So at this stage of the game, you can do the side quest that I've been kind of putting off to this point, which is Windhill. So if you go to the town of Windhill, which is down here, you just got to do some like gathering some vase pieces and stuff like that in order to get another item that we already have. I am gonna do it, but just not right now. There's also some mission called Obel Lake. I would kind of save Obel Lake for when you get another method to get around this world, along with another side quest that involves a spaceship. I just think it's easier to do it much later than doing the stuff right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to progress the story. And what we need to do is get to Esthar. So once you're happy with your Ultima stockpile and you got kind of the materials you want, you've upgraded your weapons and your GFs and you learned your AP stuff, go ahead and make your way over to Windhill, or Fisherman's Horizon. Then you just want to kind of dock there. This section's miserable without ×3. You are walking super slow. This is where we see Squall open up a lot now, you know, and it takes like a knocked out cold Renoa for him to do this, which is kind of crappy on, you know, his writing and his part. Because why isn't he opening up, you know what I mean? Like we've already been through enough together. I think it's time that he can say this kind of stuff when they're actually present. But they love teasing this dude, man. All right, so a very interesting part here, right? You see Adia is actually going to be a party member for a little bit here. Um, I used to go crazy over this back as a kid because it's a brand new person, and I literally thought we got the sorceress as a party member, and she was going to stay with the team forever. But that is not the case, sadly. So hate for that to be a spoiler, but you can use her, but honestly, it's just for show for a little bit, and you're gonna have to use her anyway in an upcoming section. So she'll get her moment to shine for sure, but I would focus on your original party members for now because you don't want experience that could have gone to one of them to go to Adia, who's not going to last in the party forever. But if this is your first time, then play with her. She's fun. She does like this little like summon something out of the air and attacks an enemy. Her limit's pretty cool looking, and she's a very strong magic user, obviously. And she junctions just like anybody else. So if you take junctions off, she can summon GFs and all sorts of stuff. So it's pretty cool. I like it. It's a neat little thing they added into this. But for me, since I know what's going to happen, I'm always just going to choose my regular party members. And like I said, she'll get her time to shine, though. I'll definitely use her in here. So then make a save where you're happy with not coming back here for a little bit, because we're going to have a whole bunch of sequences once we enter Esthar. That's going to soft lock us from the main world for a little bit. And in the plains here, you're going to run into a lot of Mesmery's enemies, those horses. If you need any cure magics or anything like that, go ahead and stock up on them. At this point, when you're leveled this high, they should carry Curagas. Check your junctions. Encounter None will probably be a really useful thing right here, because some of these enemies are kind of bad. They'll hit you and they'll start doing all kinds of status effects. One particular enemy I would have to say is the Visage. This dude. Let's see. Where's he at? Yeah, so these guys, they sometimes they're just a head, and then at other times they come with the left hand and the right hand, and they act like a team. So one hand will be buffing the party while the other one will be casting detrimental status effects, and then the actual head itself will cast Meteor, which can be pretty deadly if you're not properly junctioned to deal with it. Just complete bothersome thing to deal with, nothing that I'm really concerned with. So, up to you. I would probably not worry about getting in encounters in this area. It's not too big a deal, to be honest. And the experience that they give isn't that great either, so just a waste of your time. So for this area, what you want to do... sorry about the long pauses and breaks. I have my Avalanche team is on right now, and they're absolutely killing the wild, so... it's hard to pay attention and do this at the same time. So... you want Recover on, because the next boss that we're about to go up against is an undead enemy, and you can use a Phoenix Down, Elixir, or the Recover ability in order to kill it pretty much in one hit. It might take two, because if it's a high level one, it's going to have past 9,999 health anyway, and as far as I know, you can't break the damage limit in this game. But I do think Phoenix Down is the only bypass to that. But have someone with Recover at the very least, and you do want Mug. So before we encounter this thing, we're going to change over to Mug in order to steal a Power Wrist off of it. And Power Wrists are very good because they will teach your GF some strength ability. I think it's strength plus 60%. It might be strength plus 40 or 60. I can't remember how. We'll just have to see when we get it. But I don't have one available right now. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But boss fight here is very easy to deal with. Another undead, just like Jiro was on the train for the fake president. Sorceress is just letting us know if she kirks out again, we're going to have permission to eliminate. Alright, so hidden path over this way, if you actually climb this dinosaur head and come out towards the top, you'll run into a meteor drop point that's found right over here. You can see it with Move Find. But I have meteors, 100 of them. Because I actually went back and redid the Laguna section with the Ruby Dragon. So I took I actually took the ability level up, leveled that dragon up, and drew 100 meteors each for everybody. So that's why you see me having meteor at this point too. So sorry I didn't mention that earlier, but yeah, I couldn't bypass the opportunity to get meteor in abundance like that. Because for some reason his level was not as high as I wanted it to be, even though I do have a very powerful squall right now, you know. You don't have to run around that whole section, just go ahead and jump off from here. Acts like a mini shortcut basically. And then from this thing, you actually want to go right. There's a save point on this side. So if things go wrong, like you weren't able to mug this monster, or it actually kills you or something, you don't have to do that whole section all over again. So we'll run over to the left now. No real strat to this guy other than what I mentioned earlier. So make sure you put on Mug and have an item available. And this guy's called an Abaddon. They'll even give us a tutorial about an undead monster stuff. Okay. So check his draw list, and he actually has some pretty good stuff to steal here. Flare Magic if you didn't pick it up. Kiragas to keep the party healed. Let him do his thing. And if you don't have any, if you don't have any means of doing like Phoenix Downs or recover ability, you can just cast his Furaga right back at him and he will suffer damage. It's insane. It's kind of funny, honestly. Alright, so with the power wrist stolen, this guy's as good as dead. Yeah, I don't understand why Phoenix Down doesn't work sometimes. It's strange. Yeah, this is where he starts getting all... So kind of a silly fight. Any undead monster in this game is just weak. You know, they don't. The worst thing that they can do is cast death on you if they know it, and that's about it. All right, so power wrist actually gives you strength plus 40. So if you're lacking in the strength department, use it. Power wrists aren't used for anything else but this. There is another. I just don't remember the item's name, but there is one that teaches strength plus 60%. But nonetheless, it was better than his drop, so power wrist is definitely worth it over that. And then once you're done with that, go ahead and check your GFs and make sure they are learning what you want them to learn. And you can actually reset Squall too if you don't want none of these. But I think we're looking pretty good. Alright, so you have two options. You can go back to the save point save after the Abaddon fight, or continue to the right here. And you'll see this perked out, like, wall panel, I guess, that keeps flashing in and out. Get over to the right here, there's nothing. So go ahead and interact with this little wall panel. And then in this part, once we get to the end of the elevator ride, we're actually going to get thrust into the 5th and final Laguna dream sequence. Yeah, so very cool stuff there. That's Esthar, you know, city that's hidden by cloak technology. And here we go. Oh my goodness, I hate when they do this. So while you're in here, go ahead and just talk to everybody. Run around, continue to mess with the guards. Yeah, I hate this dream sequence, so whatever. High level magic. Yeah. It's just ridiculous. And then more dudes with problems are gonna come down here. Laguna's straight off the bender right now. He's gone. He's lost. Alright, so, yep, they jacked up my stuff again. Honestly, I don't even care. I'm just gonna throw some BFs on them. Because this is gonna make me redo it all over again. Yeah, sure, why not? This is purely just for AP points, by the way. This is like, this is not even worth it. Dang, you already got nothing. Yeah, I guess the most dangerous thing here would be the Jesper, since it can one-shot you. So just get rid of it. Nothing to that one. Sorry, my demeanor's changed here. This is just does not make sense to me. I really don't know why this is in the game. I guess it was just to show off who Dr. Odine is, because they were never really elaborating on who the hell this dude was. other than he's like a master at sorcerer stuff. Well, Laguna's still the goofball he's ever been. Death spell, don't need it. Make sure you do save here, because this can be missed. You don't want to miss this. Head back into the laboratory here. And then on the ground, you'll see a magazine. And this is the only real thing that comes out of this dream sequence that I like, because it is the final weapon monthly issue that we do not have. And this guy will teach us Squall's ultimate weapon, or Noah's ultimate weapon, Irvine's ultimate weapon, and Selfie's ultimate weapon. So some pretty high level things, right, that we need to acquire in order to get these. I mean, you can already tell right out the bat, Adamantine is going to be needed for a lot of these endgame weapons. Luckily, we have a card that refines it to 10 of them. So we don't need to worry about farming any of those Adamantoise turtles that are by the doll at Beachhead. But do not miss that. I do think you can buy it, but just don't miss it. It's right in front of you. Why would you miss it? Yeah, just obliterate these dudes. The Elastoid might have some good stuff. Yep, sure does. So we'll take out the soldiers. Absolutely stock these meltdowns. They're too good to pass up on. And I will show why, because this is going to change battle strat forever in this game. That's not what we wanted. Okay. We're just casting this unit to heal that. Meltdown, very powerful. I've talked about this thing too many times. I think it's beating a dead horse here. Junctions really, really well into your vitality. Nothing else, to be honest. So that'll be your end game vitality stat. Will be your meltdown. There will be ways to recover meltdown too, with abilities from the refining menu. But there's such a useful magic. Such a useful magic. It's gonna help us plenty. I just don't like the chaotic nature of this part right here, like it's just a little too much. A lot of useless dialogue here. These battles are just insane, like, why are we doing this? So anyway, we actually do want to equip Encounter None here, because you will run into random battles. We don't want that. A double drop point, you should be way stocked up on doubles. So hit this little elevator chair. I think there's a hidden drop point here. Yep. Hidden drop point for a flare. And again, same old. You can see a guard that's posing over there. Oh man. There we go. Alright, so just spam X on that computer. I guess you have to be in the middle in order to open the door. I thought I was doing it right, but this part again. Alright, so next chapter of this adventure, we are going to explore the city of Esthar here. There is a lot to do in this town. A lot. really just need to figure out how I'm gonna bust these episodes apart, because Esthar is a really long section of the game. And this draw point, I mean, really, guys? Blizzard? Okay. Whatever they were thinking with that, I don't know. Not my cup of tea there. So you can see this place is very vast already, very intimidating looking place. This shopping area is going to be very important. Just kind of giving a run around right now of seeing what we have coming up in the future episode. So right here there's a save point, and that little green thing is like a heal. So keep that in mind, that's going to be very important. Very, very important in a later section of this area. You could ride these little teacups around. They act as little transports. If you ever get lost, you know. Just kind of, I would recommend really exploring the city. You're going to have to know the layout of the city very well for an upcoming section of the game. But what we want to do is, you want to save at somewhere in the city, and you're going to want to play Odine for, on some cards. Because he is going to have a rare card in his possession. As long as, yep, so he's still in here, which is good. I don't think he'll ever disappear, but, you know, off chance that he does. But the secret card that he's holding is the ward card. Now, I hate Esthar rolls. I mean, any rolls after, like, in Disc 3 are just terrible, so do your best. You're probably going to have to save scum it. But win the ward card, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So I appreciate it.